Hey, welcome to Movement with Tim. This is the first video that we're posting and I'm so excited that you've come to check out Movement with Tim. So today we're going to do a movement practice. The way that the videos will go on this channel is that we'll have movement practices, yoga, stretch practices, and then mobility practices as well. So today we're going to start off with some movement practice. What you need today is possibly a ball. If you don't have a ball, it's not a big deal. We're going to use it for sliding with the back against the wall. So you might be able to just slide with your back against the wall at your wall at home without a ball. This just gives a little bit of cushion so that the slide has a little less resistance, but the resistance can be fine too. So we're going to start off on the back to wake up our core muscles. This is important because we want to feel that our core is going to support us through all the movements that we do today. So lie down onto your back. Take your feet onto the floor in this position with the knees bent. And then we're going to take a moment to make sure that your transverse abdominis is going to be working while you're doing these exercises. So put your hands onto your side ribs. And as you exhale, hug the side ribs in and down like this. You can even use your hands and make a sound. And feel how it all gets tight and squeezed in and down there. As you breathe in, grow your spine longer from your tailbone to your crown. And then make a sound. Good, then put your hands down. And we're going to keep that breathing pattern. Each time you exhale, you can start to make that sound with your mouth closed, which would be like an ujjayi exhalation. Bring your legs up in a tabletop position. But as you bring the legs up, keep hugging those side ribs in and down as you exhale. And as you breathe in, grow your spine even longer. Now let's start to add a little bit of movement with the legs. As you exhale, slowly lower the leg, right leg, and bring it back up. And exhale, slowly lower the left, and back up. Now let's just go side to side, using that breath pattern. Go slow so you can feel your core holding you. Keep growing the spine long. Now let's make the movement a little more complex and see if you can still hold yourself from your center. Lower the right heel slowly and then push the leg forward like you're pushing it. Squeeze those ribs down. Grow your spine long. Bring the leg back up. Slowly lower the left. Bring it back up. One more round. Back up. And up. Then hug your right knee into your chest. Stretch your left leg out along the floor. And change legs. Hug the left knee in, stretch the right leg out. Then take both legs up into tabletop position. And as you exhale, last part of the abdominal warm-up, crunch up towards your knees. Hold there. And now each time you exhale, squeeze those side ribs in and down. Now add movement, but remember the most important movement is this work from your core. Keep hugging the side ribs, squeeze the pelvic floor, low abs, send the right leg forward and lower slow. Back up. Change sides. And then hold the legs in tabletop, crunch up one more inch, squeeze those ribs down, and lower all the way. Okay, great job. Then roll over to your side and press up to stand. Okay, then take your feet hip socket distance apart, and we'll warm up the legs standing here. We're going to do a few different movements. First, just marching in place. Stand up tall through your midline, through your gravitational line as you start to warm the legs up. And then pretend like there's like a tripwire here at about knee height, and you're just gonna take your leg up and over with one leg and then over with the other. And step over, just to start to warm up your hips. And then pretend like you're trying to go under it, but it could be a little higher now, like it's more like rib height. Good. Then lie down onto your back, and we'll start our first exercise. So we're gonna start by waking up the hamstrings and the glutes. We're gonna do some bridges. So if you have a ball, you can place the ball in between your legs. If not, no worries. You could put a block in between the legs, or just work on keeping the knees pointing dead ahead. Press into your heels, exhale, lift up. Now feel that hug of your side ribs in and down, and then feel the backs of the legs contract. Instead of your butt squeezing in this way, the inner thighs should release down. You'll feel the hamstrings engage, like you're pulling the backs of the knees and the bottom of the butt closer towards each other. As you inhale, lower slow. Exhale up. Inhale, lower slow. Exhale up. Inhale, lower slow. We're just gonna do that 7 more times. And then hold up at the top, squeeze the backs of the legs, and lower your buns slow. Roll over to the side and press up. So that first round was the easiest. We'll start to make it harder if you can do it harder. So now we're gonna go over to the wall, and this is where I'm gonna use the ball to do this little squat training. So I have the ball in my lower back, the feet go outer hips distance apart, and we're gonna practice tracking the knees straight ahead again. I'm gonna try to keep my spine parallel to the wall. So if you go all the way against the wall, that's good too, because then your spine will feel parallel to the wall the whole time. As you inhale, slowly slide down the wall, and see if you can lower so your butt is almost in line with your knees. Make sure the knees didn't twist in. Keep the knees pointing dead ahead, roll your shoulder blades onto your back, but keep your ribs in. Then as you exhale from your core engagement, pelvic floor, squeeze the ribs, come up. Inhale, lower slow. Exhale up. Inhale, lower slow. Exhale up. Inhale, lower slow. Exhale up. Keep going on your own 4 more times. Make sure to pause at the bottom. Feel the feet press even the center of the heels. Look straight ahead instead of down so the neck is long. Last one, pause at the bottom, blades on the back, and come back up. Good. Then come back to your mat. Take your feet hip distance apart, step your right foot forward and your left foot back. Next we're gonna do a lunge. Bring your hands onto your hips, keep the ribs pointing straight down so they're not tipped forward at all. And as you inhale, lower straight down, but make sure that your butt doesn't tuck under. So let the butt move back a little bit so that your knee also doesn't come past your right foot toes. And then as you exhale, come back up. Inhale to lower slow. Exhale, back up. Pause at the bottom. 6 more times. Hands are on the hips just to make sure that the hips don't tuck under or twist. Make sure that your knee points straight ahead. And each time you lower, grow the spine taller. And as you exhale, grow even taller. Inhale. Then change sides. Left foot forward, right foot back. Good, stand up tall. Inhale to lower. Make sure the butt doesn't tuck under. Good. Then turn your feet so that they're turned out halfway. Bring your hands to prayer position. Pull the belly up. And as you inhale, bend the knees straight out to the sides. Don't let them twist in at all. Exhale, stand. Keep the awareness in your rib cage. Make sure your middle is steady. Keep your waist in from the front. Good, then stand with your feet parallel, bring the legs all the way together. Okay, so we're gonna do that same set of exercises 2 more times. Get a little break in between. Now you might have noticed that I've been breathing out through my mouth the whole time. What the heck? We normally never breathe out through the mouth. What's up with that? Well, when you're trying to engage your core, you can use forceful exhalations through your mouth. It's totally fine when you're doing exercise. When you're doing yoga, we're trying to keep all the energy in, so we're practicing the nose breathing only. So don't get it twisted. All right, let's get right back to it. No more wasting time. Lie down onto your back. Bend your knees, heels close to your butt. Ribs tip down, straight down to the hips. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Feel the backs of the legs turn on. Pause at the top. And slowly lower. Exhale, quick on the way up, slow on the way down. Feel that the hamstrings are turned on evenly. Now hold on the way up. Now if you want to make it more challenging, bring the right leg up into tabletop, but still feel your core is working to hold you up. Inhale to lower, exhale up. 3 like that. Hold at the top, change legs. If it's too challenging, just set both feet down. Squeeze your side ribs down. Engage your pelvic floor, low abs. Inhale to lower. Hold at the top, squeeze the back of the leg, and lower all the way down. Good, then roll over to your side. Press yourself up to seated. Come up to stand, back to the wall. Take it to the wall, here we go. The ball on your back. Should I start doing like cheesy motivational stuff since we're doing workout now? I don't know. You could leave a comment, let me know what you think. All right, let's feel this, okay. So why did they talk like that? You could just talk normal. Inhale to slowly lower, pause at the bottom, exhale to come back up. Inhale to slowly lower, pause at the bottom. 8 times. Last one. Hold an extra breath at the bottom. Now see if you can do tiny little pulses here. Go a little below and a little above where you're holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, come all the way up. Woo. It's like some type of hazing thing there. Okay, with the wall sits. Now take your right foot forward, left foot back. First, stand up tall. Important, most important that we're holding good posture through all these exercises, even if you have to do less. Here we go. Hands on the hips so you could feel. Inhale to slowly lower, sit straight down, make sure the butt doesn't tuck under. Exhale up. You can let the arms dangle at the side once you get the feeling of the hips. Keep going now, 7 more times. It's also good to do these in front of a mirror so you can see what's happening with your posture. I usually always do these exercises in front of a mirror. And change sides. Good, then parallel your feet, turn the toes out halfway, hands to prayer position. Inhale, bend to the side. Exhale, come up. Not about how low you can go, but instead if you can hold yourself from your middle and stretch the inner legs longer. Feel the outer butt squeeze. Outer bottom butt corner squeeze as you come up, like it's making a fist. Good, then come up and stand. Whew. We've only got 1 round left. That's the good news. Okay. So many of you guys ask, like always asking, what's next after I've been doing the 30-day challenge. And then I also get like so many questions about what else I do for exercise. And this is what else. So I wanted you guys to be able to see, like, full transparency, what else I do besides yoga. And I've found that doing these types of exercises helps me with surfing. So I'm less prone to injury because it keeps my muscles strong in a way that yoga helps, but doing these movements is important too to help to build strength. And I've also found it helps me to hold my posture and my alignment in my yoga poses because I'm building strength in my spine. So I hope you find this stuff helpful. Okay, so lie down onto your back now. Last round. Squeeze the backs of the legs, engage your core, and come up. So 6 times with both feet down. Squeeze at the top, squeeze the backs of the legs before you lower. Then hold at the top and lift one leg up. As you inhale, lower slow. Squeeze the back of the leg to come up. 4 times. Hold it up at the top, change legs. Inhale to lower slow. Hold at the top, squeeze the back of the leg, set the other foot down, and lower your hips all the way down. Roll over to your side. And stand up. All right, let's take it to the wall. Okay, back to the cheesy gym guy. Take your feet, outer hips distance apart. Make sure that the knees are gonna point straight ahead, that they don't twist in at all. Now last one, pause at the bottom and do tiny little pulses. 5. Hold at the bottom, Pin the shoulder blades onto the back, squeeze your belly back in, and then come all the way up. 3 like that. Hold at the bottom, squeeze the blades onto the back, hold the navel into the spine, come back up. Inhale, slowly lower. Are you feeling the burn? Squeeze the blades, squeeze the backs of the legs, squeeze the butt. Come back up. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to your mat. Feet hip distance apart. Step your left foot back. Stand up as tall as you can, straight up in the middle. As you inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, back up. Change sides. Stand as tall as you can, and then start. As you're doing the exercise, don't lose any of that height through your spine. Strong core. Good job. Then turn the feet. Feet aren't straight ahead. They're not turned all the way out. They're halfway turned out. Hands to prayer. Core engaged. Squeeze the bottom outer corners of the butt to come up. Then hold at the bottom and let's try to get fancy. Lift your heel bone up on one side and see if you can lift your heel bone up on the other side. Oh my gosh. Then set that heel bone down and then the other. Stand tall, parallel your feet. Okay, now we're gonna do a couple little core exercises. The first one is gonna be to build strength in your back muscles. So remember that your core, your transverse abdominis, it's like the abdominal corset. So it starts here and then it wraps all the way around to your front. So we want it to be strong in the back and in the front. It stabilizes you. So we're gonna do a couple strengtheners here on the back, on the belly. So the first one is to help to strengthen your back muscles for your posture. So feel your hips stretch out of your lower back evenly. And then with your hands at your side, plant the hands, turn the blades onto the back. Then start to roll the chest forward. It doesn't have to come up high, just enough so that you can feel that you have good posture, the chest is open. Now we're gonna try to move the legs without any movement in your spine. So keep the shoulder blades set on the back, and as you exhale, curl your heels towards your butt. And as you inhale, slowly stretch them out. Exhale, inhale. If you want to make it more challenging, lift the hands up off the floor without the chest closing, without the shoulders turning in. Try to spread the front of your chest and your collarbones as wide as you can. You're creating more and more space for your body while you're engaging your core. And then adding movement makes it even more challenging and sets the posture in the brain even better so that you can move around in different positions without losing your posture. Then hold there. And now with the knees up, let's all lift the hands up an inch, turn the blades, stretch your heart forward, and lower yourself all the way down. Maui, wowie, okay. Then from here, come up onto your elbows, press the forearms down, spread the collarbones wide, lift your belly, lift your hips up. So this might be a lot for you, just try to hold this and engage your core. Squeeze the four sides of the rib cage down, grow your spine long. See if you can lift one knee up, maybe even both knees up, and hold. Squeeze those side ribs down. More important than you're working your core than holding your legs up. If you need to set a knee down, that's fine. Then set your hips back down. Open up your chest and sphinx for a moment. Wait, we're going back into yoga. This is movement practice. Okay, go lower all the way down. Here we go. Arms out at the side. Press the hands, turn the blades. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. Don't let the hips wiggle when your heels come in. So this is determining the health of your hamstring muscles and your core. If you can bend the knees and bring the heels in even without any twistings. Then hold the knees up in that position, stretch your tailbone down, navel up, and then lift the hands up. Then one more, bend the elbows, lean the heart forward, and pull the elbows out to the side as you turn your hands away from the floor. So this is going to wake up your external rotators, which are mostly weak and stiff in every body. Pull your belly up, squeeze the back of the armpit in and down, and turn the hands up. Keep getting wider across your chest, across your lower back, and longer. Then lower yourself all the way down. Could you feel all those little muscles back here turning on? That's really good because we don't often turn those on. They live dull and they make your chest close, they weaken your posture chain, they make your upper back round. So if we can teach those to work better, it's gonna help with your posture and your form for yoga. So really important for your yoga practice to do stuff like this. Press your forearms down, pull your belly up, lift first just the hips. The shoulders balance right over the elbows. Now squeeze your core, one leg, maybe both legs. Squeeze those side ribs down. If you're not shaking, you're not engaging your core enough. Or just really strong or something. Okay, then set your knees down. Let's stretch back, child's pose. Oh my gosh, set the hips back. And just let your head rest. All right, so there's your movement practice. So each week I'm going to be posting a movement practice and a yoga practice, either movement and yoga or mobility and yoga. So the practices will go along together. You'll be able to do stretches that will help to balance out your body with the movement practice you did. Like if stuff gets too tight from the movement practice, we're going to help to stretch it out, and the yoga practice will go along hand in hand to help with the movement practice and with your body. So I hope that you enjoy this format. Leave a comment below. I'm interested what you think. Hit the like button if you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm starting from scratch here, so I appreciate that you let your friends know, let your family know, spread their love, and I'll see you next week. Or I'll see you this week again for yoga practice. Until then, namaste.